Headed to a cookout this summer and don't know what to bring? I have 2 easy keto recipes for you that everyone is gonna love. I love going to barbecues and potlucks over the summer, but they can be a major source of temptations and derail you from your goals. That's why I always bring something that I know I can eat, others are gonna love it, and then plus if there's nothing else that I could eat at this barbecue, I know I can eat this and it's gonna fill me up just like a meal. So let's get to cooking because we gotta get to a barbecue. First is my antipasto salad. I've brought this to several potlucks and it's always a hit. We start by making the dressing, and I like to make everything in a mason jar because it's easy to shake and mix up. A half a cup of olive oil, a quarter cup of red wine vinegar, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, a half a teaspoon of oregano, a quarter teaspoon of red pepper flakes, and a pinch of salt. Give that a shake and make sure the lid is screwed on correctly so it doesn't get all over the place. And then we set that aside. Next, I'm gonna grill some asparagus, and you don't have to use asparagus. You could actually omit this step if you're trying to go for easy peasy, but I just like the flavor of it, plus it just adds a little bit of extra vegetables. Coat the asparagus with olive oil, salt, and pepper, and then grill it on medium heat until it's charred and softened. This only takes a few minutes, and then we'll set it aside to cool. Then we assemble our salad. See, told you it was easy. You'll need 5 ounces of salami, and I like to cut it into strips or bite-sized pieces, and then 5 ounces of pepperoni, and those mini pepperonis will work really well here too. Then 2 different kinds of cheeses. I like smoked Gouda, 4 ounces, cut it into bite-sized chunks. And this salad can be prepped ahead of time, and it's even better the next day because all the flavors from the dressing have seeped in. Then 8 ounces of mozzarella cheese, and I get the mini balls. 7 ounces of artichoke hearts, and I have the marinated ones because I like the flavor. 4 ounces of sliced grape tomatoes, a quarter cup of roasted red pepper strips, a half a cup of sliced olives, and then we add in our asparagus. But make sure you cut it into bite-sized pieces first. And of course, my bowl was a little bit too small, so I had to grab another one. I feel like this happens all the time to me. Then top with your dressing and toss. This salad has 3.6 grams of net carbs per serving, and it makes 8 servings, this makes a lot of salad, so this is really gonna fill you up. Before I tell you about my next dish, I wanna share something that I have been loving this summer, and it's something that I've actually brought to a potluck before and camping. It's these coffee capsules by Cometeer, but these aren't your typical capsules. In fact, you don't need a machine to brew these. The coffee is already brewed and flash frozen to ensure freshness and peak flavor. They arrive frozen and can be enjoyed hot or cold. And summertime, I am all about the iced coffee, and Cometeer makes it so easy to make. Just thaw the capsule in the refrigerator overnight, and then the next day, fill your glass with 6 to 8 ounces of water and some ice, and then you pour the melted capsule on top and stir until it's mixed. It's as easy as that, and the flavor, insanely delicious. It's not bitter, no aftertaste, no sediment, it's just smooth, balanced coffee. And I love how convenient it is. I can easily make a cup of coffee, hot or iced, whenever I want. And I can have it shipped to my door monthly with customizable options like decaf, light, dark roast, and they have new roasts every month. For a very limited time, Cometeer is offering a huge discount of 50% off your first order plus free shipping when you go through my link today. You definitely don't want to miss out on this one. My next potluck favorite is a pasta salad. And for this, I'm using my favorite keto pasta, which is lupin flour pasta. But you can actually use other different kinds of keto noodles for this recipe. Shirataki noodles, there's the wheat-based ones, whichever one that you have or like. I just like this lupin flour pasta because it's gluten-free, and so anybody else who's gluten-free at the potluck is gonna thank you. After I prepare the noodles, drain them and let them cool. And then I make the dressing, which is a quarter cup of mayo, an avocado mayo can be used if you're trying to be clean, 3 tablespoons of sour cream, a tablespoon and a half of apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and the juice from a half of a lemon. And once again, my bowl is way too small and I can barely mix this. We're gonna set that aside, and then now we assemble. Add your pasta to a bowl and then add in some diced celery, about 1 cup, a quarter cup of grape tomatoes, a half a cup of diced green bell pepper, a quarter cup of diced red onion, and then normally I add in a tablespoon of parsley, but sadly that did not make it into the bowl. Then drizzle on the dressing and stir to coat. Both of these options are completely satisfying and can be enjoyed by everyone. But if you need a dessert recipe for this barbecue, well then check out this playlist right here. It has my favorites, including my keto berry trifle, which can feed a crowd and nobody can tell it's low carb.